So earlier I did a video about Iran and North Korea using nuclear missiles based off of coal ships that could strike the U.S. And um, this video is a little bit different, but just as scary, I think. But recently there was a gentleman, I think his name was Wambir or something like that. He came back from North Korea. He was in a coma and died shortly after, which is tragic and not something that anybody should have to experience or go through. But my thought was, and my concern is, what happens if somebody is kidnapped by North Korea, which happens frequently, and they infect him with some kind of biological type weapon. I think that would be something that the North Koreans would be excited about doing. Inject him with a biological weapon, slap him around a little bit, starve him down a little bit, send him over to the U.S., out of the goodness of their heart. Or, maybe one of our self-important politicians can, maybe even Dennis Rodman can get the poor guy released. And then they come back and we welcome them with open arms, and of course, the president goes and sees them, and all the high-ranking military officials go and see him, and of course, he does all the rounds on all the newspapers and the video news agencies and everything like that, and spreads that biological weapon around. And then when people start getting sick, big surprise, North Korea says, "Oh, well, that was us." And if you want the cure, so that you guys don't all start dying off, we're going to need, $500 billion, or we're going to need, all your firstborn children, or whatever. And at some level, we may have to do it. We may have to pay it. So I think that Iran would definitely help them out with that. And China and Russia, again, they would just sit back and let it happen, because North Korea is going to get all the blame, but they're going to take care of the United States, and of course Russia and China, they would be happy with that. And it would be really hard for us to stop that, because you want to welcome that person back, but if it's a biological weapon that you haven't seen before, or you don't know what to look for, are we even looking? Are we even checking any of these people? And there again, how many chances of a biological weapon, have we missed coming across the border by North Korea or by Iran? And I think there's a serious risk there, and I think we need to address it, and at least talk about it, at least think about it, because why would they, a biological weapon and a chemical weapon, they've been outlawed by all the major countries, but North Korea doesn't care about that. North Korea is worried about their leader staying plump and not skinny from starving to death like the rest of the people in this country. So why wouldn't they hold a country hostage that way? They could release it and have their own cure, or even lie about a cure, and get all this money, and then just let all the people just die off. And what are we going to do about it? We're dying here. So it's a scary thing to think about.